Yo, let's drink some.
Let's drink something. Okay, Billy is excited. All right. Welcome to Whiskey Buds.
I'm Kurt.
And I'm Billy.
Wait, I'm Billy. You're Kurt.
And we're going to take Billy on his... Oh, no, we're not. We're done with that. All right. We're going to drink whiskey with Billy.
That's all we're doing now.
That's what we're doing. This is Billy's time to get away from the wife and come drink whiskey and have an excuse for it. Like, fellers, listen. If you got a YouTube show, you have an audience, you have to cater to them, and your wives just have to agree.
It would be better if both of them were here drinking with
Actually,
us.
yeah, like we've gotten used to this. The wives would actually be more entertaining than we would be.
Yeah,
all right, I think
they'd easily outdo us. They should do a show together.
Yeah, they would easily outdo us, like hands down. Okay, so if I'm going to guess this is a quick tangent. My wife would be very good at picking out all the scents and flavors, and very good at picking it out. And your wife wouldn't like the whiskey.
Oh, she'd just be like, "That was good."
Yeah, like eh.
Yeah, or something. Yeah, I don't know. I actually have no idea.
All right, well,
she can take shots better than me. That's all I know.
Yeah, well, I remember that. You know,
like they don't even phase her.
When
like,
we're going to like BlizzCon and stuff. Like,
yeah, remember all my whiskey faces?
Yeah,
she has nothing. She's
no,
like, bam,
yeah,
bam. She doesn't even twitch an eye or nothing.
No, she's like, whatever. Like, I didn't taste it.
Yeah. What are we drinking today?
You know what? We're gonna try something that I just thought would be fun. I have it somewhere over here. All right.
Cool. Just in time.
Yeah. I noticed it was almost gone. I'm like, shoot, Billy's never going to get to try this if he doesn't, drink it now.
Wild Turkey Rare Breed. Kentucky Straight Rye. Barrel Proof.
So, we all know Wild Turkey, right? And we tried the Wild Turkey 101 on the show.
Which is good, right?
Yep.
I think I was a fan of the Wild Turkey.
I don't really remember if you really enjoyed it or not. It's a good solid bourbon. Like, it's... Like, a lot of people consider it rot gut that don't know.
What? Rot gut?
Yeah, like the bottom shelf, like the, oh man, like.
Oh, like, what the heck are you talking about?
But no, like Wild Turkey 101. Like, if you drink the regular Wild Turkey, isn't very as good, but you get it step up to that 101 and you get a lot of flavor and really a lot of bang for your buck. It's really, actually, I keep it on hand most of the time. Just because it's a good solid whiskey. This is the rare breed, which is a step up from the 101. So this goes up to about 116 proof. But now this one is actually their rye whiskey, straight rye whiskey. So this is, and most places will, use a rye that is, what do you call it, sourced, right? From like MGP or someplace like that, which is a Midwest Grain Products. It's a big distillery that sells to like Bullet Rye. You remember Bullet Rye.
Yeah.
And so that a lot of people get used to the. No, you weren't. A lot of people get used to that mash bill, and they get used to that flavor. This one is different. Like, the Wild Turkey brand uses their own mash bill, and I couldn't tell you honestly what it is, but it is a different flavor to it, and this is stepped up because you can buy the Wild Turkey 101 rye, if you wanted to do that instead of the bourbon. But for this episode, I decided we would try the rare breed. Actually, I think I'm all out of the 101 rye. Like, it works well in cocktails.
It's pretty colorful.
Is it?
Well, like it's, yeah. It's a darker color, but it's bright, like a nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's got some nose,
right? It's
whatever
very,
you call it.
Very scentful, or aromatic. I know I've tried that a few times on the show to try to figure out what word that is, but what are you getting? You got to be getting something.
I don't even know why we try this anymore.
I know I'm really putting forward the effort. Like, okay, I'm gonna try to ask you questions and see what you get. And
so, do you watch whiskey shows and be like, oh, those are the tasting notes, and you get all excited to try it?
Yeah, actually, a little bit I do.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, that sounds like that would be good.
You're not going to get that out of this show.
No.
don't know. It smells really good.
Right? I am getting that alcohol in the scent, a bit of the ethanol. But at like 57%, you're going to
I wonder how you get better at smelling.
smell more.
Well, we've smelled like how many whiskeys now?
Yeah.
Do you think our skills have
100?
increased?
Yes, actually, I do. Like that's the sad thing. We're 100
Right.
whiskeys in, and it's like it smells good.
It smells
Is
good.
an improvement over what it was. Oh man!
How do you even? It smells sweet a little bit.
A little bit of sweetness, right? A little bit.
You can smell the alcohol a little bit.
Yeah. Do you get an herbal note in there?
I don't know what that is. Is that like when you rip
different
up a flower?
herbs.
Or
No, that would be a
dirt?
floral note. Oh, that would be like a soil, like a flower note would be floral, right?
Well, you smell the top, it's floral, and you smell the bottom.
Yeah.
Everything.
One smells like roses, the other not so much. Like, yeah, I swear there's like an herbal note in there.
You should just read the website and see what it is, and then you.
Yeah,
can
that's going to
act
give you a
like-
thing, and then you can watch us and laugh at us for not being able to pick out those flavors. Now, what you could do is have like different scents. Like you could have cloves, and you could have like a black pepper, a white pepper, other stuff, and then like start comparing those things, to what you smell in a whiskey to try to help train
I
yourself.
guess there's like probably what?
There's actually training kits, like scent training kits that you can buy of like different oils and stuff that you can use to train yourself to pick up those scents.
There's probably like not a whole lot of different common scents in whiskeys, right?
There's a lot of common stuff, right?
Yeah.
And then there's smaller nuances that some people can pick up on. So, like, if you were to pick this up, they got this chart that, like, I can't remember what they call it, but, like, people would report what they smell, and that word would appear bigger in the chart, and the ones that were reported less often would appear smaller.
It's a word cloud.
There you go, yeah. And they would do that and come out with whiskeys, and so then you could determine what flavors.
I don't even want to tell you why I know that.
Okay. Billy has secrets. Let's get him drunk and
I had
find
to
out
work
what
on
they are.
one at work a couple years ago. And
Did you?
It was a mess. All right.
All right, well,
Man,
let's give this a try.
It smells familiar.
Does
Like,
it?
Yeah, like I can totally. If I knew what these scents were, I could describe
You could-
them. But
okay.
I just don't know what they are.
Yeah, see, like that's me. Like I've talked about it on the show before, right? Like I have not had enough of a sense of smell to have an understanding of what things smell like. So I'm learning this as we go, and even 2 years in, I'm still.
Well, like I recognize the smell in there, but I'm like, is that the rye? Is that something else?
Yeah.
Like I don't know how to.
Yeah, I don't know.
Whatever.
I
Let's
do
just
know
drink
that
it.
the bottle is almost gone, so I do enjoy this stuff.
You've done a lot of tasting.
Yeah, I used it actually for mixing cocktails.
Oh, you said this was strong, right? I forgot about that part. Yep.
It is. I don't think it drinks like a 57%.
What's a drink like?
47%.
47.
Yeah.
I can't identify a single scent in there
But I can
or tell you what it tastes
like.
like, but I know what a 47% tastes like.
I do. Like,
And that's it.
yeah. So many scotches are 43 to 46%. You can taste those. Maker's Mark at 45%. Wild Turkey 101 at like 50.5%, right? This drink's a little bit smoother than that, but a little hotter than those scotches. It's 47, maybe even a 47.4.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. Like I'm kind of stretching on that one. Maybe 0.3, 0.4, but I'm leaning toward 0.4. Maybe we'll call it 47.3 and a half. That's about what it drinks like.
Whoa. I just took like the tiniest little sip.
And it's still very flavorful, isn't it?
I don't have my sip game down either.
No.
I think I just
you
take
really need to
random-
do that because I took a slightly smaller sip that second time that I did the first. And like there's almost absolute no burn at all. Right? Did you discover that when you took your small sip?
Well, there's a little bit, but
But
there-
less
they
than the
seem-
first one?
Man, it seems like there's so many different ways you could drink.
Right?
Like, you could take different size sips. You can, like, let it hit different parts of your mouth. You can, like, let it, you know, consume it quickly.
Yeah.
Or just kind of, like, let it hang out a little bit. Or, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I wonder, like, how... I bet some people just, like, get super technical, right? Like
I have to imagine that they do,
they, like,
right?
drink it the same way every single time. And, like, they
have to have, like think of
pick out all
the Whiskey Bible. Jim Murray, this guy over in the UK, I believe, does a Whiskey Bible every year. You know, he rates like 1,400 whiskeys in a year, right? And he will tell you in the front of the book.
It's like 4 or 5 a day.
Yeah. And now he doesn't actually drink them, right? He much like the wine tastings and everything else. I don't know if you've ever seen one of those on TV or been to one where they spit it back out so they can keep tasting without getting drunk, which completely ruins the whole experience.
Idea. How many whiskeys you got? You're like, you're not spitting out any money. Worked hard for this collection.
Yeah. Spitting out like... Could you imagine doing that for Whiskey 100? What'd you just spit out $100? Dude, I remember you trying to hold on to even the last drop. Like, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
So, what do you think of this stuff? Wild Turkey, something that a brand that pretty much everybody knows.
It's all right.
And this is a rye whiskey, which is not normally in your wheelhouse either.
I don't know what it is, but it doesn't seem that rye spicy.
Yep.
It's pretty smooth as far as that goes.
It's like for a high proof whiskey, it drinks very smooth, very flavorful. It does not have a huge rye spice on it. It's a lot more subtle. Almost like maybe they don't use more than like 60% rye. Now in that bullet rye, they use 95% rye. In a couple of the other ryes we've had, they've been 100% rye, just in different variety of rye, plants. I'm not sure what this one is. This might be just slightly less rye and a little more corn and maybe even some barley. And then that allows it to drink a little smoother.
It kind of is spicy, but it doesn't. It's really smooth. So I think that maybe kind of helps tame down the rye spiciness for me.
I think so. I think you're right.
Yeah, all right, so it's not really like my favorite. This isn't my favorite kind of whiskey, but as far as the rye stuff goes, I think it's pretty good.
So as far as a rye whiskey is concerned, it's up there closer to the top as a rye, but as a whiskey in general, not something you're going to.
Didn't Balcones have a rye I really liked?
We had their barrel proof rye, which was a store pick, which was a little different, yeah. It was Brush Creek rye that you enjoyed, and then was it?
Yeah, that was okay.
Balcones. Dude,
I don't remember.
The list is getting so long we don't hardly remember.
I think this is pretty close to like a pretty good rye for me, but
yeah, for ryes, it's closer to the top. For whiskeys, not so much.
How much is this?
I think I paid $50, 55.
That's probably all right. Probably good.
Yeah. Now, in your experimentation, you should probably just down the rest of that and see if your sip game is on par with...
What? You want me to drink all this?
Yeah.
Why?
Just to see how well it works.
Fast? Like just...
Yeah, just gulp it down. See, your sip game.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm. That's going to be there for a while, lingering.
Right? What do you think?
Oh, boy. You know when you do that?
Yeah.
There's a lot of fumes that are just like in there, and then when you breathe, you go, you kind of like huff it.
Uh-huh. And you're like, what the heck? See, that's like when people take shots versus when they sip it. I have to imagine that was less enjoyable than...
Well, I let it sit in there for a while.
I know, but when you take a big gulp like that and you just try to shoot it, like you get all the harshness without any of the extra flavor.
Okay, that's leaving a really nice aftertaste.
Is it?
It's just like all in there.
Yeah.
So it's like
He's still got half a shot in his mouth, just coating everything, dripping down, and yeah.
Huh. That's interesting, because like if you just take a little sip and just swallow it right away,
You don't taste much.
yeah, I mean the aftertaste effect is not
It's prominent.
right. If you do what I did, then it's just like, that's interesting, because you get to enjoy the aftertaste flavor more,
Yeah.
and the aftertaste can like it depends on the whiskey, but the aftertaste can be quite
Nice, pleasing,
yeah
pleasant.
Yeah, it can
Yeah.
be quite different from the first taste, and it can be quite good.
Yeah. And then it just lingers with you, and so you can just sit back and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be that weirdo just by doing it for the aftertaste.
Oh man.
All right, we better get out of here.
Yeah, I think we're running along on this one. Cheers, everybody. Join us next week.